finish today's Sudoku, the hard one.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Sudoku.
your Sudoku skills
Sudoku gets me
lacking
hard.
and bring shame.
Mm-hmm. That's it. How do I? Okay, hold up. I'm gonna do this, and then if I Alt Tab, damn, it still does that. Okay. What if I do this? Yeah. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Okay. All right. Well, no, damn it. Now it does this. Because I
Can you
want to
send
be.
me whatever you're streaming on so I can see the chat?
Oh, it's on the usual suspects, Twitch and YouTube, whichever. Probably Twitch would probably be best. That's where all the goobers usually like to chat. Usually. What is this? Alert. My microphone has no signal. Is unmuted and but has no signal. No, it's good. Okay, that's so weird. Why is it saying that? Oh, your camera went off. Hey yo.
Yeah, I know. I turned it off on purpose.
How dare you? Okay. Okay, I can bring up other. Okay, so I just have to do it like this. I see. I'll keep a little small tab so I can. I need 3 monitors now, dude. Okay. So let me know when you get back or when you can talk.
I can talk.
Okay, so a few things that I wanted to talk about today. First thing is this indictment that went out. Did you read it at all or read about it? The Southern Poverty Law Center.
Yes, and apparently they've been funding the KKK, the Aryan Brotherhood, and the National Socialists of America.
Okay, where? Okay, interesting. So, why did you come away with that reading of it? Did you read the indictment or no?
I just went on justice.gov to look it up.
Justice.gov? That sounds like it. Oh, wait, justice.gov. Never mind. I was about to be like, oh, you can trust .gov, but it's like, oh, fuck. Justice.gov. In Southern Poverty Law Center. Grand jury charges. Okay, so what did they say? Between 2014. Okay, so I'm. All right. Federal grand jury charges Southern Poverty Law Center for wire fraud, false statements, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Okay. Because I just read the indictment. It's 14.
I have not.
It's 14 pages. It's pretty. It's not too rough of a read. But my thing is, so at the end of the day, so what the lawsuit is, this is my reading of it, is that because of the wording on the website for donations, by them saying donate to fight against like extremism, and that they were funding informants in these extremist groups. So it's like, how are you fighting them if you're giving them money? But the way I've seen it reported is that it's like, oh, they were actually organizing these racist groups, and that it was all an inside job. Like it was actually the Southern Poverty Law Center creating these extremist groups.
Well, these groups have been in existence forever.
Well, I mean, it even goes back to the 1980s and the indictment. It gets a little wild. So in the indictment, right? They have like a full list of like their charges and stuff of like their evidence for the indictment of what they're alleging, right? Because in indictment, it's pretty easy to start. You know, it's just the first step in a charge is actually charging somebody. So we'll have to wait till a lot of this comes out in court. But like reading a lot of it, to me is kind of like a joke. Like like in the most best faith reading of this, and I realize this is good faith reading, is like if you're paying informants to release information to you, Like that is a way of fighting against it. Like you're using that information, so to me, like that doesn't seem like it's gonna hold up in court, because it's like, yes, our donations were going to informants within these organizations, but that's a way to fight it. Like I wouldn't say that like undercover cops aren't fighting against crime. Like it is part of under the umbrella of like getting information on these guys and
Right.
exposing them. Now,
Well,
that's my reading of it.
I mean, I think, and as I'm scrolling over it, trying to catch up on the actual reading of it,
Hmm.
I I don't see much of a difference in if they're indicting, like with the indictment text as you were just talking about it, versus the idea that they were secretly, you know, wire funding.
Wait. So I'm sorry. Say that again.
So they're like, the idea is this charge is built around the idea that, oh, they weren't, it's not that they were funding their undercover agents, it's that they were actually funding the organizations themselves through these undercover agents trying to bring them down, right?
Right. That's what the indictment says.
And I don't see much of a difference between that and the, just to tag onto the
Yeah,
whole
you're
thing
fine.
of like .gov. It feels like .gov is saying, you know, the same exact thing.
Well, it's like a half truth, right? So like on .gov it says they secretly funneled more than $3 million in donated funds to individuals who were associated with various violent extremist groups, including the KKK, Aryan Nations, and National Socialist Party of America. But none of that includes the informants or anything like that. I wonder if on this .gov does it even say the word informant. Uh,
No, it does not.
like
It does not mention them at
that's
all.
that's half the indictment is outlining. So if you look at the indictment, it's items 8 through 12. That's all about the informants. So on the
Uh,
.gov, they're completely omitting half of the indictment, which to me is like, okay, you're right. Like what they're alleging in this is in the indictment, but they're fully like not reporting the other half of what's in the indictment that they also released. Um,
so
Go ahead.
is what items 8 and 9 saying that these informants were using the money to steer
No,
the
so okay, so eight,
alternate, right?
yeah, like the alt right, alternate right. So the
Yeah.
on items 8 and 9. So
Nine
sorry,
says
yeah,
it was
between
being
at least 2014 and 2023, the SPLC paid their Fs. F is an informant in a
Mhm.
clandestine manner. Doing so hid the fact while the SPLC donated money under the auspices that the funds would be used to dismantle violent extremist groups. This donation money was instead being used in part by the SPLC to pay leaders and others within these same violent extremist groups. That money was then used for the benefit of the individuals as well as the violent extremist groups. So what I'm saying is like, so okay, so 9, right? They say that, but if you keep reading, it has the examples of the
Yeah.
informants under item 11, and every one of these is kind of like, yeah, like okay, that makes sense. Like, um, the member of, yeah, so F37 was a member of an online leadership chat planned in 2017
Yep.
Unite the Right event, Virginia event. Okay, he attended the event, or he or she attended the event at the direction of the SPLC. So okay, that's them like, oh, okay, so you're a part of this leadership chat. We want you to go get more information for us.
Yep.
This person posted racial postings under the supervision of them and helped coordinate transportation to the event for several attendees. I want to know what that means. Like, what does that mean?
Well, the way I interpret it is, the SPLC, and I don't know which side of the argument I'm on right now. I'm just trying to establish, you know, the
Mhm.
reality of this. But it sounds like the SPLC is saying, Like just like with undercover agents being like, okay, you're gonna have to partake in dealing drugs and
Right.
potentially beating or maiming people. They're saying, hey, F-37, you know, you've got to get on the internet and ferment some hate and help some of those dirtbags get to this
So we can
event.
get more information. But
Right.
like
And
to me, it just seems like they were paying informants to dismantle these groups. Like, it's I don't know. To me, it just doesn't seem, unless something comes out like actual like evidence to show like, hey, this like, if they were just like, okay, we're gonna create a hate group or completely take control of this hate group from the top down and steer them in a direction to foment hate or whatever, I'd be like, yeah,
Mhm.
that's completely against the donations. Like they should be sued for that, or criminally charged for fraud. Um, but the point of all this, like none of these like giving money to these people is illegal, but it's under the pretenses that they're using it to fight against these groups. That's my reading of it. Like again, I'm not a lawyer, but that's my reading
right.
of it. And it's like them having these fictitious entities. I don't think any of this is illegal to have like a separate company that you own to give people
Mhm.
money. I don't think that's not illegal from my understanding.
Yeah,
That
it doesn't sound illegal to me. It's it reads to me like this the SPLC is using it to conduct a false flag type operation.
yeah, if the SPLC
Eh,
was doing a false flag operation, I'd be like, yeah, that's awful. Like, uh, but yeah, my bad. I interrupted you.
well, I'm just saying, like, they're. So I guess I'm defending the SPLC here, and I don't know if I want to, but um, like reading about this brings to mind the idea of a Kurt Vonnegut novel called Mother Night. That's about a American performer who ends up becoming a renowned person in the Nazi Party, and the commander of the Americans for Hitler army or something. I can't remember
Hmm.
you know, auspices of it, but essentially, he's according to the Americans, he's a bad guy, but the
Right.
entire time he's being paid by the United States to continue running this radio program that's extolling the virtues of Nazism, and they're utilizing it to pass along coded, or allegedly, we never know throughout the book if he was actually doing that, but it's supposed to be, through code, he's transmitting messages to resistance forces.
Mm.
And so when I look at this, like, okay, F-37 is clearly doing some bad things, but until we know what steps they took to try and subvert, the Unite the Right, um, the National Alliance,
Mm-hmm.
blah blah blah. Like until that information is released, we can't. I can't say whether or not these people were abusing their authority or the the
Yeah,
funding that they're receiving.
I see what you're saying, but like I feel like with the reading of it, it's so this is the Department of Justice's indictment of the SPLC. So this is going to be the
Mm-hmm.
harshest language that they can legally have. I think. I don't give any good faith to this administration, especially the Department of Justice, who just fired their Attorney General and put in Todd Blanche,
Right.
um, and is avoiding subpoenas and indictments on their own side. So I don't really give them a lot of credence. Like, oh yeah, these are like good faith readings of indictment of this grand jury. I think it's just they're throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I mean, like, unless evidence comes out, man. But then another thing, like for this Department of Justice that I found out today, are you familiar with the 8647 thing?
No. Is
Um,
that related to 6-7?
no, so you know James Comey, right? the former FBI director.
Yeah.
I heard he was arrested, and I know he was indicted. Was he arrested though? Yeah, he was arrested. Okay, so they're charged. So when he was on Instagram, this is my understanding because I haven't looked into this. Because I looked into this when it happened a year ago, and I guess they got a new indictment finally because the first one fell through. So he was on Instagram. The story is he was on the beach, and he saw a bunch of seashells in the shape of the numbers 8647, and he took a picture of it and posted it on Instagram. And people are like, "Oh, this is a direct threat to the president, saying you want to kill him." And they indicted him over this.
Because 86 that.
Yeah, like cancel that or whatever, take it out, quit it,
Yeah.
But so, and he was arrested a couple days ago. I just want to see. I want to actually read the indictment though.
I get it. 86-40. So get rid of
the president,
Trump.
Right?
Yeah.
Which to me seems like such a disaster. Okay, I have the indictment here. Okay, how long is this? This was only 3 pages. Okay. On or about May 15th, 2025, the Eastern District, North Carolina, the defendant James Bryan Comey Jr. did knowingly and willfully make a threat to take the life of and to inflict bodily harm upon the President of the United States, and that he publicly posted a photograph on the internet social media site Instagram, which depicted seashells arranged in the pattern making out 8647, which a reasonable recipient who is familiar with the circumstances would interpret as a serious expression of an intent to do harm to the President of the United States. In the violation of Title 18, United States Code, Section 871A. That's insane.
It's kind of.
That's correct. I don't know. Like that to me. So I remember hearing people say like, "Oh, the Democrats and the left, they're so against freedom of speech and all that." And this seems insane. Like posting pictures of seashells saying 8647, and for over a year now they've been after him, and it's like, that's to me this is just so petty, so insane. Like, really?
Absolutely. But by this, just like with being in the service, when you're a public figure, you've got to. It's the same like nonsense we see with like when Trump posts something stupid. It's like, dude, why are you doing this? Like, you realize you're the president of the United States.
I get that, but I don't think it should be illegal.
No, I think it's a BS charge. But for him to be like, for anyone to be surprised, especially in this climate, that something's happening, I like. That's the epitome of naivety to me.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like, oh yeah, this will be hilarious.
Well, he posted it. He posted it last year, right after Trump became president. So
right.
A few months after. So it's like, I mean, this is before Trump did like weaponize the FCC to go after people, to take people off the air. This is, I guess, around the same time he started deporting people for protesting that were here legally. So like the attacks on freedom of speech, like I would say, yeah, like now, especially like this administration has no qualms about trampling the First Amendment. So what I'm saying, a year ago though, and James Comey, he's a civilian, he's a citizen, he's not holding any public office, and he hasn't for almost a decade. So yeah, I don't know, like I do know this is fucking crazy, and like
yes. It's absolutely insane
that he was arrested, dude. Arrested for posting a meme. Not even a meme, just a picture of seashells. Like, it wasn't and to say that 86 means like you have to kill this person, it's like no, it can mean a lot of things. It means like get rid of generally,
Right.
like does not mean nothing about violence or anything like that. And so
It's almost like like if you say, "Oh, 86 that order," it's like belay that,
yeah,
like a naval, like,
yeah,
"Hey, take that back." Like, don't do that thing.
right.
Uh, and in that context, yeah, it's fully within. I guess what I'm arguing is one, he should know that. I don't think going into this, even at the beginning of Trump's presidency, I don't think anybody had any illusions that we'd end up in the situation we're in. I think it was a matter of when that happens. And so, yeah, there should have been that expectation. But two, yeah, this is a gross misinterpretation of what that could mean. And it
Uh,
is nonsense.
Because I mean, just like the initial sniff test, man, like we're snatching up former FBI directors for something as like limited as this, like something so silly. And if I mean, like it's like if this could happen to him, it can happen to anybody, you know. And that's
Hmm.
insane. Like, and if especially with the we're talking about this is the same president that was calling for the execution of 6 congressmen, and like I don't know. It's fucking dire sometimes reading this shit and just keeping up. It's like there's no more like, oh, this is the straw. Like, and I mean, funnily enough, the straw for a lot of people was him posting himself as Jesus,
Right.
which is really funny.
It. I'd be curious what some of our mutual
Yeah.
acquaintances
Hmm.
thought about that.
I already know what people are gonna say. People are on this whole like, oh, I never really supported Trump. I just thought he was the lesser of two evils. Like that's everyone now. There's no one that's out
Mhm.
there like outright defending him. It's this whole like, well, wishy-washy. Like, oh, he's not good. But I mean, the alternative, like, it's just bullshit. It's this because it's like in what do people say in like by 2012, no one voted for Bush. You know, you ever hear that? Or it's like, oh no, I never voted for
I
Bush because like he was so unpopular because of the wars.
Right, right.
That's going to be Trump. Is like 70 million Americans or 65 million Americans or whatever are never going to admit that they voted for him. And it's
Right.
like I don't know. Or like didn't support him or whatever. And it's just but like, you can see my biggest thing is when talking to these people. So um I want to bring people on that are antagonistic. Um personally. But when talking to a lot of these like Trump supporters or former MAGA, whatever, if they say like, "Oh, Trump, I never supported Trump," it's like, okay, well, do you think Kamala Harris would have been a better president? They'll always say no. They're like, "Oh no, no, she was awful." It's like, okay, what about Ron DeSantis? What about Nikki Haley? What about Mike Pence? You know, what about Vivek Ramaswamy? And it's like they will say no, 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 no. And it's like then you love Trump. Like there's no one that you would have liked better. Like not this isn't everybody. Like I know for you, right? I'm sure. Actually, I'm curious. Like, um, do you think someone else would have been a better president at this point?
I consistently vote third party, and
Oh, I
I
thought you voted for Trump this last election.
no.
Oh, my bad. Okay, I thought you did. You know, it's funny. Me and Jenny got in an argument because I never knew this big Gary Johnson gal, and in 2016, she's like, I voted for Gary Johnson. I was like, oh, I thought you had voted for Hillary. And we got like a whole discussion about it. No, she fucking sucks. Which going back in time, dude, Hillary Clinton's she's great. I love her. You watch some of her like the most shit recently with like the Epstein stuff. It's great. Have you seen the video she did where she was like yelling at Lauren Boebert?
No.
Okay, so damn.
Never even
Okay,
heard it.
so there. To give some context, the Epstein files, whatever, um, and the Department of Justice indicted. Or no, I don't think they even indicted Hillary Clinton and her husband, Bill. But they're like, we want to do our questioning, but we want to do it live in public.
Oh yes, yeah.
And the Department of Justice was like, no, no, we're going to keep it private. We're going to keep it behind closed doors, censored. And so they were pissed. They didn't want to do that. So then when they're in there doing it, Lauren Boebert starts taking pictures of Hillary Clinton and posting them online saying, we got this snake or whatever, which is a complete violation of the terms. And so,
Well,
and that's why they're public now, is because they had to release them at that point. It's like, you guys broke the fucking law. You can't say one thing and then do the opposite on social media like how they did. But they informed Hillary Clinton in the middle of that um like deposition. That's what the word I'm not subpoena. Deposition. In the middle of the deposition, and she just like goes off. She's like, "This is fucking typical of you people." It's just like, yes, queen, go off. No, I mean she's just a smart person, and like I just want smart leadership. That's all.
absolutely.
People that are just not part of this populist bullshit. That are just like, okay, let's sit down. Let's like people that could talk and think about these things and move through them, and not just from the hip, just fuck around and I don't know, get rich off of Poly Market.
Well, and kind of in line with this whole conversation, I when when I think about these things, and what you were just saying, like, oh yeah, everybody's going to be saying, oh, I didn't vote for Trump,
Right.
just like they didn't. I, or the conversation of, oh well, I thought Trump was the lesser of two evils. I'll say it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. I've said it multiple times with you. If all of those people just went and voted for a third party, and admittedly, the like I think JFK Jr. was the front running. So maybe not a good example with 2024.
Well, RFK Jr. was not front running for the Libertarian Party. He wasn't libertarian.
Well, I just mean third parties in general. I think he got the most votes out of
Maybe
the third party. I don't think the Libertarian Party did very well
they never
this
do.
past.
It's but
It,
you can always tell it's getting close to election times. You start seeing Jill Stein. She's like fucking Groundhog Day. Like
right.
Punxsutawney Phil, because like, and she like lives in Russia. Like it's fucking. It's so blatantly obvious. I don't know. It's just, and it's all the pro-Palestine BS stuff. You know, just the whole whatever
Well,
reason they
but
can just
the point I
torpedo
make
campaigns.
is those people who are like, oh, I'm, voting for the lesser of two evils. It, vote for the third party, make them more competitive. And if all those people who said both of these candidates are garbage, so I'm going to vote for the lesser of the two evils, if they did it, we'd probably see a different political climate.
Yeah, I mean, but this is like saying if only when everyone was just nice to each other, the world would be different.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, but it's like it's I don't see it realistically happening anytime soon. And until then, lesser of two evils all the way. Um, which to me, like the Republican Party hasn't put forth a good candidate in my lifetime. I mean, I will say I'd like to Nikki Haley. I wanted to vote for her because she seemed very reasonable to me. She had a lot of experience as I think governor of South Carolina or North Carolina. She was also part of the UN Security Council thing. Like she had a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience, and I was like, okay, she seems really good. She seems like a very smart qualified. Oh damn! They turned down the.
No, my bad.
No, 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 no. You're fine. Oh, that was you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
God
trying to
damn.
support the channel.
Thank you. Dude, that
Doing my
fucking
part.
scared the piss out of me, dude. Okay. Let me settings here. Okay. God damn, dude, that fucking rocked me. Okay.
My bad.
No, you're fine. Notifications, audio. No. General.
Let me know when you've got it done because I need to subscribe as well.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, hold up. Alert properties. Global alert settings. Bits source moderating tools. Global alert delay. Ah, I think I got it now. Wait, no, I don't. What the fuck? Jesus. Some of this stuff is crazy. Hey, Captain Ned Ludd. Is that you? Or is that your Grim Addiction?
I'm Grim Addiction.
Well, hello, Captain Ned Ludd. Nice to see you in here. I'm trying to figure out the... So I found volume, but it's all different. Holy fuck, Paste. Is that a Ted Kaczynski shirt? Yeah. It is a Ted Kaczynski shirt. I'm a big fan of his mailing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. He's a crazy person. He's a crazy person, but it is a great shirt. Hold up. This me Ed Kaczynski. I'm Ned Nud. Oh hey. Oh yeah, I remember you, Captain Lead Nud. Why Lead Nud? What is the story behind that, pal? Okay, try again. It's still probably gonna be super loud, but it's gonna fucking. I think I just gotta rock and roll with it, man. I'm ready. Okay, it's not as bad.
Not as bad?
Not as bad.
Alright, we'll take it.
We'll take it. Let me move that to the center. Bit right there. Okay.
I thought I was already subscribed to this, but
I guess you're not, dude. You just suck, bro. You're just meanie. Oh, hold up, babe. Give me a second. Alright, camera's off.
Oh, okay.
Oh, just no. You can have your camera on. I turned my camera off because my wife. Okay, I think we're good. Let me turn the camera just to be super safe. Okay, we're super safe here. Ned Ludd is a similar figure. He predated Ted. I don't know who Ned Ludd is. Are you like a... Why is my camera frame rate so low now? I don't like this. Lead Nud. Sounds like left nut. Lead Nud. Nud or Ned Ludd. Who's this guy? Oh, the Luddites. Nice. Hi, Kekstill. How you doing? Kekstyle? Is that a Kekistani thing? I remember my first beer. No, it was did you remember the whole Kekistan meme, Coop, or no?
No, I missed that one.
Oh man. We were reading the SPLC thing, we were reading about the Unite the Right rally. I almost went to that rally, so in Charlottesville. But I had
Really?
Yes, but I had to work that weekend and I had college. At the same time, so I was like, I'm not gonna go. Well, because like for me, my biggest thing. No, it isn't. Okay, sure, but my biggest thing at the time is like someone on the right was like, I hated seeing people at these like rallies like beat people up for just protesting. Like I don't care what you're protesting. Like I feel like you have the right to say it, and especially seeing people like communists attack people, I was like, hell no. Ugh. And so I was, motivated to go to those. But then I remember the Unite the Right rally because I was following a lot of the stuff on like 4chan, and some people like Baked Alaska and some of those folks. But I thought a lot of the like racial stuff was just like jokes. I don't know these people were like serious. And then Charlottesville, the Unite the Right rally, that's the one with the tiki torches where they were like, the Jews will not replace us and all that. I was like, all right, maybe maybe these aren't jokes. Maybe some of these guys are serious. And that was actually the start of me kind of like questioning a lot of the stuff. But yeah.
Well, and getting back to the SPLC indictment,
Mm-hmm.
like the one that I find really interesting is article
I gotta pull it up. I was
subarticle
reading the
3.
stuff about the Luddites. 1 second. Okay.
Well, F Unknown was the imperial wizard of the United Clans of America.
Yeah, I want to know more about that. Like, what is this here?
Yeah, and
Did you shave or something? You
they
look
were
completely different. Yeah, I have hair now. I usually shave my head, and I don't know. The last time I was on here, maybe I had a beard. I shaved that too. I don't think I had a beard last time, but I am wearing glasses also. I usually didn't wear glasses. Yeah, I want to know more about that Grand Wizard thing as well. Like, hey, what's the story behind that? Let's see Paul Allen's
right
SPLC donation.
because this is a little extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Among other things, the bombing of the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham.
Well, it's saying that
resulted
group is associated with that, not that this was while the
Oh,
SPLC.
yeah, in 1963.
So yeah, that's another thing too. Is the indictment's weird written that way? It's like, what are they? They're not saying that. What are you doing in stream today? Well, mainly we're just talking about the SPLC indictment. We talked about the James Comey indictments. We might talk about the Supreme Court ruling, but we're also just kind of shooting the shit. I mean, if you want to talk about anything too, you're more than welcome to hop on and whatever you want to talk about. It's kind of, everyone come in here. Grenation could pull off a Ted Kaczynski 100%. You could cosplay him.
I have been told that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been told that one multiple times.
No, the shirt says vote by mail though. It's a great shirt, but I have this, I like buying the weirdly like politically charged memes shirts like God, I have one. It's like it's a hoodie with Joe Biden shooting lasers out of his eyes. It's no malarkey. That one's great. I used to have or malarkey detected. I used to have a lot of like muscle like wife beaters that were always like about different presidents and stuff. So I had like Donald Pump and Mike Bench, and Ronnie Reagans. It's Ronald Reagan and all that. There was one time this old guy at the gym. This is when I was a civilian out of the Marine Corps. Like when I first got out, and I was at the gym wearing that shirt, and it said Ronnie Reagans, and it had Ronald Reagan. He's like jacked. He's like, "Why are you wearing that shirt?" I was like, "Oh, it's funny." He's like, "What do you know about that man?" Like, "Oh, he was president." And like, I don't know, like, I couldn't tell what the guy was getting at, if he was like trying to see if I supported him or hated. Like, I couldn't gauge what he wanted me to say. So I was like, look, man, I don't know much about Ronald Reagan. Like, this was like 9 years ago. What do you think of Trump? I think he's awful. I think he's awful, man.
I don't think of him.
Unfortunately, I do think of him. I hope tomorrow he wakes up and Melania whispers something in his ear, and he's like the Manchurian Candidate, and he just like gets his head out of his ass. I'd be like, oh, this is great. I'd love him then, Like, he'd be like,
right, get back to clearing the swamp. And...
oh, fuck. I mean, that starts with him, dude. That's fucking...
right.
Like, the Trump coin, what is he, like, billions of money? Billions of dollars now? It's like the meme. It's classic TikTok, 6, 7 hands. On one hand, it says, I receive a world destroyed by technology. On the other hand, You receive a package in the mail, and the dude's face has Ted's face photoshopped on top. Okay. Oh, it's like the oh, I have a deal offer.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think of Trump, Keck? I'm curious. I'm politically curious. I'm polycurious. I don't know. I was trying to think of a
I get what you were trying to do.
homoerotic joke, but I can't think of it. But no, yeah. I mean, I'm just waiting on this reply. What do you think of Trump, Coop? What is your from the hip?
From the hip, a lot of wasted potential. I mean, the thing that I argue most about is, he was always like, oh yeah, I'm gonna drain the swamp. And the first thing that drain the swamp says to me is limit terms. Make it so these career politicians can't be career politicians.
I think he is a little old, and I don't like his politics. That's okay. Interesting. Um, a little old. I don't know. He's born in '47. Like that's pretty damn old. Only thing I want is for Joe Biden to outlive him. That would be so funny. Just be like, who's older now, Bucko? Like that would be perfect. Like 50 other things.
I can name like 50 other things.
It's all right. We got to be gentle sometimes. Some people, they're hiding or they're new to this. It's okay. Either way, gentle hands. All right. I want everyone to be able to speak their mind, and in good faith, we will listen. Yeah, I don't know. I think well, when it comes to like everything about, so I don't live in the U.S. Unfortunately, the U.S. will come to live in you. That's the problem. I'm just kidding. If you're Iran, that's the problem, or Venezuela. So what made you embrace Ted? I don't know, but why? But I always thought you didn't get his aura. No, I think don't get me wrong. I hate Ted Kaczynski. I think he's a monster. I think murdering innocent people because you don't like toasters is a fucking crazy move. He's brilliant. I think he's obviously like he was a genius, and it's a shame that he did that. But there is like a allure to him of like there's something allure about like ideologues or people that are so ideologically driven to like extremes that I think are fascinating, and that do give off like you said aura, or that are fascinating people. So even people like I get when people have like Che Guevara or Karl Marx. It's like yeah, like they're
John
awful.
Brown.
Who? John Brown. Yeah, John Brown, Sherman. Like there's a energy to it that it doesn't. You're not like endorsing everything. I mean, actually, some tankies would endorse all the shit from like Stalin and whatever. But like I get that there is like a like showing a picture of General Sherman. There's like a sort of like big dick energy of like yeah, fuck the South or whatever. It's like okay, yeah. Whereas like with Ted Kaczynski, it's
but also
sort of
really
like
fuck that.
yeah. Well, there's like this rejection of modernity that like I do. Like I think right now with like social media is like destructive. I think to human beings, and Ted Kaczynski kind of gets that point across very quickly. Like in a like I would never. I would say right now, like I hate Ted Kaczynski. I don't think he just died recently. I know he had cancer. I thought it would be really funny if he started like Twitch streaming from prison. That'd be so funny. Like they just forced him to Twitch stream.
That would be hilarious.
It's like I hate this. Just filming him. Like he gets like bits, He has to do TikTok dances. Like that would be perfect. If we can get Ted Kaczynski doing that, that'd be great. Think most of his victims, quote unquote, were targeted working for an organization, or also some redacted elites. But I agree with you. So, okay. Again, like I feel like targeting people. Violence is like the last option. You know, you have to exhaust everything before you commit violence. Violence should be like there is no other option left. You are completely restricted. Violence will be enacted on you. Now you need to commit violence. Um, so like I have no sympathy for people. So like don't get me wrong. Charlie Kirk did not like the guy. He passed away. Don't do. Oh, he's all sad. Charlie Kirk did not like the guy. He should not have been assassinated. Like, that's disgusting. The guy that shot him. Like, I hope they convict him and he rots in prison for the rest of his life. Like, no sympathy for that. I do not support that.
Right. And that kind of violence does more to hurt your cause than to help it. Like, I'm sure whoever did it thought they were making a grand political statement.
I don't
But
know
all
though.
it's going to do is radicalize,
I don't know if that's
the people
necessarily true though. I do think the death of Charlie Kirk has weakened the rights movements in a lot of ways. Like TPUSA is just like a shell of its former self after he was assassinated. I don't, and also I'm not trying to moralize by saying like the outcome is why it's bad. I think it's bad even if the outcome was good or bad. I'm just saying we
Right.
should not be committing political violence on people. And so that's how I feel about Ted Kaczynski. Is like I don't like him, and because of the political violence he committed, I don't like him. Now if it was like there is no other option, like people are trying to kill him, so he has to kill. Like okay, like sure, I get it, but it's like based, But no, I have no sympathy for people that commit commit political violence for no reason. My vocabulary is very limited. I have the education of a 8-year-old that was homeschooled in a Southern Baptist church in Southwest America. That's what I got. I remember I got in trouble at church because when I was growing up, I really wanted to be a boxer because I loved the Rocky movies. Dude, I got punished so much because like boxers are violent. You should never want to commit violence. It's like okay.
But I like hurting people.
I got in trouble because so there's that I got in trouble for, and because I didn't think the Earth was more than or less than 6,000 years old, and that humans didn't exist with dinosaurs. Like I was like, humans didn't exist with dinosaurs. What the hell? They're like, was off by a liberal who's anti-Trump or pro-Palestine or LGBT, or was he off by the Mossad because Kirk revealed his personal views on PBD? That's the mystery of the thing. Yeah, so right now, so Coop, I don't know if I know you're not tracking this. So there's a civil war going on the online right. You have Team Ben Shapiro. You know Big Ben, right? We love Big Ben.
Yep, I know Ben Shapiro.
And we have Candace Owens. Do you know her?
I'm familiar.
Right. So you have.
I've got a vague, awareness of.
So Candace Owens is like Charlie Kirk was assassinated by the Jews or India or Pakistan or whatever.
One of them.
One of them because he was sharing his views about he was losing support for Israel. And the Ben Shapiro group is like, this is anti-Semitic. You are awful, and how dare you? And so it's like you have these two groups that are like this rift on the right of like, are you? I think they're calling it the podcast civil war online, and I think it's great. I think it's really funny to watch. Because like Ben Shapiro is an intelligent person. Like he's very smart. Like I think he's a Harvard Law School grad. Like he knows a lot. He's very educated.
Yeah, he's just mimetic.
Well, he's audience captured. Like he can never criticize his own side. It's so hard to believe that there is still a Team Ben Shapiro. They're out there, man. I personally know Most people I know personally that are right wing are still pro Ben Shapiro, and it is great to see like because no one is like tepidly a Candace Owens fan. No one is like tepidly in the like crazy right wing. I say crazy right wing, but you know like we're like the Jews control everything. Like no one's like half in that; they're fully in that. And seeing someone like, well, I kind of like Ben Shapiro. So seeing one of those people just get ambushed by like a Candace Owens, oh, Candace Owens fanboy, that is beautiful, man. It's just like they're in water and they got no floaties and they don't know what to say. You know, because like you can't be like
It's
you're a liberal and it's like no, I hate liberals and like I want to kill them and it's like oh, so like it's just like they don't know what to say. It's beautiful. Um, I'm just glad. It's kind of like Ben Shapiro because I think he's like very intelligent, but he's just perpetuated this bullshit for so long that now it's catching up to him, and like now it's like if you give in to like the constant conspiracy theory bullshit, eventually, and you're Jewish, it's like, dude, you're just wait, your clock is coming, dude. Like that's the ultimate conspiracy is the Jews, you know. So if you're just sitting on that, it's like it's gonna come at you. You can't toy with that shit. Okay, you sent a YouTube link. Let me see what this is. It's just like hardcore porn. It's like, oh, dude, why is this on
yeah.
YouTube?
Ram Ranch.
Oh, yes, I love that, Alex Jones. It gets slower the faster you watch, the further you watch. I have that on a soundboard. I I don't have the soundboard up because it crashes my computer when I use it. I was using it for Fallout on D&D. I can hear it through your mic. Oh man. And Alex Jones now is anti Ben Shapiro. He's on the Candace. Wait, I don't know. Now it's like it's weird. I think he's with Candace Owens, like in that sort of camp, because Owen Schroyer. I was watching a debate with Owen Schroyer versus um, Big Papa Fascist. His name used to be. I don't know what his name is. Andrew Wilson. Um, I'm gonna put this on my white noise to go to sleep at night. Yeah, there you go. I saw them debating, and he was like so anti-Trump, da 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 da. So I would imagine him and Alex Jones, because they're both from Infowars, are in the same camp. But I don't know. It's just funny to me to see Ben Shapiro like this because Ben Shapiro at the start, if you remember 10 years ago, he was. I know you. So I'll tell you, Coop, because you're not as politically autistic as I am. But
yes.
Ben Shapiro was a never Trumper. In 2016, he used to work for Breitbart, which was it's like a right wing news publication. There was a woman reporter that was assaulted physically, allegedly, at one of these rallies. And Ben Shapiro was like, "These are the type of people that vote for Trump. They're monsters." Da 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 da. And he was anti-Trump. Until he won the primary, and then it was like full blown, full throated support.
Full send.
Full send, dude. Once they saw that Jeb Bush wasn't making it for the hat trick, they were like, "All right, oh, gotta love our boy." Poor Jeb.
The whole idea of like the Jewish conspiracy. It's funny seeing it. I have two coworkers. And they each have a daughter. They're two separate coworkers, but so separate daughters, separate households. One's up north, one's down south, and both of their daughters are convinced of the Jew conspiracy and try to engage their mothers, and their mothers are not
equipped.
They're not equipped. They're not that involved in like political autism, as you put it. And
well, dude, it's so convincing. There's so much when it comes to like conspiracy theories. I mean, it's just like you pick any conspiracy theory out there, and you want to just get hammered with talking points, like uniform talking points. Like it's awesome. Right. You pick any conspiracy theory, it's just like, and the Jews, I mean, they've been cooking those since the 30s. They've been cooking those conspiracies for a while. Ford, John Ford. Who's the Ford, the company, automotive? What's his name? His first name?
Henry
Ford.
Ford,
Henry Ford used to
the founder.
give out a pamphlet that talked about world Jewry with every vehicle. I didn't know that until yesterday.
Yeah, and he supported.
He was a big
Nazi
supporter of
Party.
Hitler. Yeah, and Hitler's like, this Henry
Yeah.
Ford guy, he's awesome.
He's a good egg.
He's a good egg. Yeah. Every time you see a Mustang, think about that. I'm gonna go drive my Ford Focus. No,
But then he had Ye, and Ye went full force. Listen, Ye can do no wrong in my eyes.
Kanye West is just 6 months behind the curve, dude. If Kanye West would have waited 6 months, people would be loving Kanye. Like he jumped the shark, man. He went too early on the Jew hatred. If he would have waited after October 7th, people would be talking about, like, he's a visionary. He's there.
He should have won the presidency.
He wrote Graduation. He made Graduation.
Listen, every single one of his albums is phenomenal. But this isn't a podcast about that.
There's like George one Bush good song on his Christian album.
No, we're not getting into this, but
Kanye's great, dude. I love Kanye. I hope he's talking what's going on in Mali right now. Mali? What's going on in Mali? No Jews, no news, man. We have no idea. Mali. What's going on?
Mali probe soldiers. Apparently something to do with Russia.
Jihadist fighters. Oh, Al Jazeera.
Al Jazeera is, to me, one of the most reliable news sources.
I fucking hate you. I for a second I thought you were serious, and I was like, what? 5 army personnel, 3 active duty soldiers, identified suspects for coordinating attacks. What?
No, I think Al Jazeera does have some merits depending on what they're reporting on.
Right. I mean, if Russia's doing a report on like banana sales in Cuba, I'd be like, okay, maybe that's fine, But if it's like anything else, I'm like, okay, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The French funded Al Qaeda and Tuaregs and Ukrainians are ransacking and taking over Mali and Burkina Faso. I don't know. The Ukrainians are there? Really? I mean, what are we talking about here? How many people did they have to send? Like 4? What's going on in Mali?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. They're fighting Russians?
Boring. Oh, sorry. Remember I talked about Ibrahim Traore? No, I do not remember that. Who's Ibrahim Traore? Dude, there's not a whole lot about Mali except for this one Al Jazeera article that I'm seeing.
Yeah, Mali probe soldiers.
I did see that Viktor Orban was voted out in Hungary, but I looked into that a little bit, and the guy that replaced him seems almost exactly the same, so I don't know. I'd have to see. I don't know anything about Hungarian politics. I read that, and I was like, I am not equipped to deal with this conversation. But in terms of other stuff going on, but Mali, Ibrahim, I'll look up Ibrahim. Who's Ibrahim? Ibrahim Traore.
They are exploiting the Africans of their natural resources.
Oh boy. He's the leader of Mali. He said the French army to get the fuck out because they had been exploiting the Africans and the natural resources, not just Mali, but almost all of Africa. Okay. Sure, dude.
Nothing new there.
Yeah, kick him out, dude. Who cares? More power to him, man. I just hope it's that simple. I don't think it is. I think it's like, wow, we're poor because of the French. It's like it's probably
Yeah.
a lot of factors, like you guys probably don't have like a
We
good system of governments. There's probably tons of corruption, tons of nepotism. It's like,
we was kings.
oh no, not even getting into like a racist thing, dude. Like I'm just because like I mean, look, there's plenty of African nations that are doing great. Like Nigeria is like in the top
Yeah,
20
absolutely.
GDP. Like they're a very successful country. But I'm saying like just met with so much like systemic bullshit that they do upon themselves. Like look at Zimbabwe, like that. It's just like this constant kicking in their own ass.
Congo.
I'll be honest, I don't know much about a lot of these places. It's just every time I try to look into it, it's like, okay, this seems like a lot of these guys are super socialist or communist. Then it just like falls apart. What is the stream title? Oh, it got you to
You missed the
click. It got
conversation.
you to click. That's the whole point. Is because we're talking about how evil the Democrats. I'm just kidding. Well, because there's the indictment on the SPLC, the Southern Poverty Law Center, of the saying that they were funding the KKK, Unite the Right, alt right, all that stuff. That's why I named it that. It's provocative. Got you to click and maybe have a conversation about this. I'm just a whore for views. So, thank you. You're you're
It
now
doesn't look
my
like they're view.
you're now my John. What's up?
It doesn't look like they're viewing us.
What do you mean?
I don't see them in. I don't see them in the community.
No, it's fine. Hot take: both sides are evil. Okay, 1 second. We'll get to that. Yep, that's why the Russians are helping him. They haven't been able to hold off multiple groups working together. The JNM and FLA. One is UAE funded, and UAE funded Al Qaeda, Tuareg rebels, and Ukrainians. Oh, okay. Well, I know there was a lot of Wagner in Africa before the Ukrainian war escalated in 2022, and they had to size them down in Africa and in Syria. That's also why Bashar al-Assad lost his civil war, because Russia wasn't able to help anymore. Hot take: both sides are evil. I feel like this is a cope. Cosmic Moth. I agree with you. Both sides are evil, but one side is way more evil than the other. I at this point it's like frustrating that it's like, can I speak on this African stuff because I'm African? I don't. Yeah, you can speak on anything, dude. I'm speaking on this African stuff, and I don't know if you can tell. I'm not African, so yeah, go right
I know
ahead, man.
nothing about what's going on in Africa.
I've only been to a handful of African countries, and Mali ain't one of them. So go ahead, brother. Unless you're saying both sides of this African conflict are evil. Maybe they are. I don't know. Yeah, I know nothing about this. I will not give an opinion. I'm going to say I don't like Russia, so I hope they lose, but that's as far as I'm going.
Yeah, if you want to hop on and speak instead of typing,
Yeah, I can send you a link, and you're more than
we
welcome
can
to
make
pop
that
on,
happen.
and yeah, we can talk, and that's up to you. More the merrier.
Because I am curious, the extent of my knowledge of Africa is the Libyan Civil War, the most recent uh,
Yeah.
one, because I was there for that,
Yeah.
and uh, American interdiction in like we went to Djibouti,
Hmm.
and while we were chilling off the coast of Djibouti, we were running black ops missions, sending special forces into like the Congo and all those other countries on the Eastern African seaboard, which I think I'm allowed to say now. It's been long enough,
I'm not touching any of
but
this. Um, but yeah, I don't know when it comes to like countries that like I know about the United States, dude. Like that's why, and even that I'm like only half educated. There's stuff I'm learning every day. But I mean, like the news cycle with this administration, it's a mile a minute. You have no time to dwell on anything. It's like
Right. Everything it changes from.
it's like one day the president's like, "We're going to destroy a civilization." The next, like the Strait of Hormuz, I have no idea if it's open or closed. It's Schrodinger's Strait. It's like, is it closed? Is it open? It depends on the day, you know.
Yeah. Whenever you look at it, it
Yeah, if
changes.
you're not looking at it, you'll know what it will be. But if you're looking at it, you have no idea what it is. Um, sorry, that might be auto mod. Uh oh. What'd you type in? You were a naughty boy, weren't you?
Is that what that means?
I think so. I think the auto mod got him, sniped him, dude. Was like found it went into the code, found the slur, X-nade on him. No slurs allowed, Ned. How dare you? I don't know. Sometimes it just you type something and it gets you. I have Automod on just because there's been times, dude. There's been times, dude. People have been awful on here, and it's not a good look with my face and then like the chat. It's just like 6 N words, you know. It's like okay, yeah, that's
Right.
that's not a good look. But man, Burkina Faso. Oh, Faso. How do you say this? These are Faso, Burkina Faso. What's a place? Bro, it's a country. Burkina. Bro, this is. Yeah, dude. I've seen Blood Diamond. I've seen that movie. That's all I got here.
I'm familiar.
I've seen Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Connelly.
I've watched Hotel Rwanda.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's a good.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Russia has ties in some African countries due to them in the 50s and 60s being those capitalist countries messed you up, tend to join communism. Yep, I know about that. That's why all African countries are communist socialists due to capitalist countries killing and enslaving a bunch of Africans and shifting the blame to other people causing civil unrest. Yeah, tracking why they seem to be more aligned with Russia today, and we're open to the idea of socialism and communism. Definitely understand that. I get the broad overview, but like getting into any sort of like specifics is not something I'll be able to do. Hormuz is open for a lot of countries, but Trump wants the enriched uranium plus straight open at all times plus a ceasefire in Israel after Israel broke the ceasefire by bombing and killing foreign people in Lebanon. Yeah, I did see that. I was like within like it was like within 4 hours Israel broke the ceasefire. I was like, oh my gosh. But it wasn't even like a real ceasefire. I don't know. Like it's a bunch of goobers, man. It's a bunch of goobers. It's a bunch of goobers that, unfortunately, there is thousands of people dying because of this shit. Which, people dying is bad, okay? But if it's for a good reason, there can be good reasons. I don't think this is a good reason. This is kind of blind and awful and unjustifiable. Like, it just seems disgusting, but I don't know. I don't think it's going well. If they had, I think when the United States engages in a military conflict, you need to have clear objectives and just execute them with well planned operations and like an exit strategy. You know, like I don't know. I just feel like this was just like fuck it. You know, we could do this. We'll take out the leadership of Iran and then it's like a video game. Like then it's like Hoi 4, they just capitulate. Like, oh, I won.
Right,
It's like
you just win.
it's like no, it's more
Straight to
complicated than that,
negotiate.
unfortunately. When America tried to help the starvation in some African countries, they pretty much just fed money and food to warlords, causing more distrust towards the USA. Yeah, that's a sentiment I hear with like Somalia. With the like Black Hawk Down and Mogadishu, all of that. That's what I've heard. I don't know. I mean, um, that's a big problem with getting aid into countries that are like war zones. Like that was one thing that I thought was really cool about the aid we did in Gaza under Biden was we just parachuted it all over the war zone because like it's decentralized. If you there's no way that a group can just grab it and hoard it in like one entry area. Like we had the port in Gaza that fell apart, but like just doing it widespread like that seems like the best way to do aid in like a contested area like that where you don't want to just give it to the warlords. But then it is also hard of like distribution of aid and stuff like that. Like, how do you know it's actually getting to people effectively? Like, it's a lot of challenges when it comes to aid, especially in war. Um, but yeah, I don't know. With what are your thoughts on the Strait of Hormuz or the Iranian? Oh wait, hold up. The common thread between Israel, Palestine, and Mali versus Al Qaeda is that the UAE and Saudi and a lot of Gulf states have been in cahoots with Israel. They actually wanted the U.S. to attack Iran. The UAE funded the RSF and to genocide entire whole villages in Sudan and also Somalia, and also the HST, who overthrew Bashar al-Assad in Syria. Now they are in Mali. Okay, so I do know. Yes, there's so trying to learn about like the different sort of factions going on in the Middle East. There is a lot of allegiance with Israel that people don't want to acknowledge, but there's also like it's like the sort of the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing.
Yep.
And there's a lot of countries that are like generally more like wanting to work with Israel. Now that might be shifting. We'll see. I mean, because from my perception, it seems like Israel is just like doing whatever the fuck they want, and it's not good. Like going to war in Lebanon, bombing Iran, breaking ceasefires, invading Syria. Lebanon country is mostly run by green energy. After the Iran versus USA stuff happened, I mean, green energy can also be taken out. I think or maybe you're saying that you're not that affected from the oil shortages because of green. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. I thought you were like, I have green energy, so no one can touch me if they invade us. It's like, but when it
Send Don Quixote.
Don Quixote, yeah. All these windmills are dangerous, dude.
Yeah, gotta take them out.
What is this? What is that? Oh, it's I think one of my wife's notes to RuneScape. But sorry, I'm talking about oil. Yeah, I got you. No, but what I'm saying is like there's a lot of these countries like UAE, Saudi Arabia, like you outlined, are more allegiant to, or at least cordial with Israel and willing to work with them. Same thing with Jordan. Same thing with Egypt.
Yeah.
But then once these enemies start to go away, I think it's gonna kind of shift again. There is like this half allegiance that when there is an opportunity to gain anything, they're more than willing to support. Like, I think a lot of these countries are more than willing to at least vocally support the Palestinians in the UN, and when they have these like, I don't know. I think some of it is just well deserved. I mean, some of the shit with it. So a big thing with me with Israel. I remember when when Bashar al-Assad fled to Russia. So it's like a 4 mile DMZ with Israel in Syria, and Israel occupied the 4 mile DMZ because they were like, hey, it's a new administration. We want to hold the DMZ until the new administration can abide by the terms of the treaty. I remember reading that and being like, that's pretty reasonable. Okay, a lot of people crying foul. I think that's completely reasonable. You know, you just had a coup, and who knows what can. Yeah, the Golan Heights.
Yep.
Well, Golan Heights a little bit before this, but I understand it's okay. Sorry, it. You can talk ad nauseum about the shit, but when so when they did that, I was like, okay, that seems reasonable because this was last year or 2 years ago, and then they just kept going in and like taking like towns. It's like, okay, what the fuck? Like now it's just indefensible, you know? And I don't know, dude. I hate talking about Israel Palestine because it's just unfortunately, like it's just never gonna end. It seems. I'm from Mauritius, bro. We can't just start making shit up in here, dude. What is that?
East Africa.
That's not a real place, dude. Look how beautiful this is. What the hell?
Yeah, it looks
I
gorgeous.
just say,
Like, what?
dude, are you a billionaire, dude? What the fuck? Oh, dude, this is like
What?
Seychelles, dude. What the hell? How many people live here? 4? No, yeah. What is the population here?
1.26 million.
Yeah, dude, that's nobody.
God, it's beautiful though. How do I vacation here?
Let's see here. They have rupees. I like that. That sounds cool. Yeah, it does look nice, dude. I hope where you're living looks as good as these pictures, dude. Because golly,
Yeah, that's it's going on my vacation list.
we'll go to that archipelago. That's what happens when you don't turn every open land into a Walmart. Hey, now, look, that is American culture. You need to watch it, dude. Walkable cities is communism, okay? We get rid of walkable cities. Actually, sidewalks. So the first place you're going to meet a socialist is on a sidewalk. So if you get rid of them, you're good. In fact, not having sidewalks makes you buy a car, which means
You're supporting Henry Ford.
thank you for Well, no. You need to buy a car because it supports the capitalist machine. Actually, by having less sidewalks, you're more free.
Welcome, Moth.
Yeah, thank you for the follow, Cosmic Moth. We now have an African here, so this is the most diverse Twitch stream
we've ever been.
All we need is a lady, and then we'll be double diverse. No, I'm just kidding, man.
Oh well, we'll get. I know who we'll get. I've got a name in mind.
Let's see here. Look, first of all, Walmart is great. Okay, it is. Walmart also exists not only as a shopping center; it's a community center. You can go there, and there's a ton of games you can play with your friends. Like hide and seek in a Walmart. That's great fun. You know, you ever hide in like a clothes rack for hours on end? It's a blast, dude. You had a person from Senegal, I think, last time, right? No, he was from Liberia, and we had a guy that was from Iraq here as well. And he.
Didn't we get him? We got him on.
Yeah,
on Discord,
yeah, he was on Discord. He talked to us for a while.
I remember
the tech guy was from Liberia. Good. I hate Senegal.
Hell yeah.
Oh boy, dude. That's what I'm saying, man. People, once you start traveling, dude, you start to see how creative racism gets. You know.
Yeah.
I was.
Sometimes I wish I was from a smaller country, so that way I could be like, oh yeah, like, what is it? The Borat bit, like, oh, Kyrgyzstan and their neighbors. Is it Uzbekistan? And they're just like, oh yeah, screw that.
He knew some stuff, but he still wasn't fully enlightened. He had to go to work. My friend that was here. He's a personal friend. I love the guy. is so entrenched in the Israeli-Palestinian thing, like discussion, and like that is his whole worldview. And I don't blame anybody. Like it's a compelling narrative, and I don't say that to mean to be dismissive. Yeah, football feud is as good as any reason. That's right. Um, it's captivating, and I totally understand why people feel a certain way. My whole thing with Israel Palestine was like the more I started learning about this, the more I started hating everybody. Um, and so I just kind of say fuck it. Like it's a shame both can't lose, except for there's plenty of innocent people that like Jesus Christ, why like it's disgusting and awful. Especially the shit that goes on the West Bank. That's me personally. That's how I feel. But then if I see anyone that's like, oh yeah, hell yeah, Israel or hell yeah, Palestine, I'm like, I don't like that person usually. Um, it's like if someone from Game of Thrones, you're like either wearing a Dothraki T-shirt or Targaryen, or not Targaryens, but Lannisters. It's like, you're probably a bad person either way. He seemed to understand the Palestinian cause, but he got lost when we started talking about anarcho-primitivism. Okay. Well, okay. There is a when we start getting into weird, esoteric, ridiculous political ideologies, like yeah, you're gonna lose people. Um, you start talking about like Anprims or national Bolsheviks, you're gonna get some weirdos. Big fan of the Nazguls. Those guys are always fun. There's not many of them left, but
As far as Game of Thrones goes, it's the Iron Islands or bust.
dude, they suck, dude. They have no sustainable economic source. They're like, oh, we're fishing and Vikings. It's like, okay, the Vikings were really cool. Not that cool in fantasy. There's dragons. Sorry. Like the Vikings. Okay, wait, hold up. I wanted to make a joke, but I need to. It wasn't gonna land the way I was saying it. The funniest thing to me about in modern day, so many people like becoming Vikings or whatever, like pagans or whatever.
Uh-huh.
It's like the most pagan thing to do is to become a Christian. So like you're just kind of it's like the snake eating itself. It's the Ouroboros. It's like, dude, you're gonna like it's like LARPing, you know? I don't believe you. If you tell me
Oh,
you're
okay.
if you tell me you're a pagan, it's like I get it, like you like certain like artsy movies, I guess, or you're just a big fan of the Netflix show Vikings. Like I get it, okay, but Game of Thrones low-key predicted current geopolitics. I mean, Game of Thrones is great. Game of Thrones is goated, dude. It's goat of Thrones, dude. And Coop over here hates Game of Thrones. Me and him,
I can't stand game.
feud on this. I love Game of Thrones. I love all 4 seasons of the show. Um, and I love the books. Um,
The books, like I get it,
no, you're
but
gonna. Oh, it's a boobies and death. No, dude.
no, the guy's just a money hungry pig, and
But that's fine. You can be a money hungry pig as long as the slop you're giving me is tasty, dude. That's all I care about. I need oats,
as long as
brother.
as long as it's entertaining, I don't care how long it takes.
And Game of Thrones is great, dude. I'm a big fan. The show, man, all 4 seasons, so good. It's a shame they never finished it, but are you Christian? No. My name's Troy. No, I'm not Christian. I grew up Christian. I was a Southern Baptist. I am an agnostic or atheist, depending on who I'm talking to. I am fully on board of if someone tells me they're belonging to any Abrahamic religion, I believe them. Except for Christians. Half of Christians I don't believe. It's like, oh, I'm Christian. It's like, are you? What's your favorite book of the Bible? And it's like, the
Revelations.
the The Left Behind novels. Those are my favorite books of the Bible. It's like, okay, yeah, great. Um, that might be a deep cut for someone out there who had to read the Left Behind books as a kid. Um, but no, like if someone tells me they're Muslim or Jew, I'm like, I believe you. But pagans, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Unless you like were raised in
No.
the woods and you have like a beard with like mushrooms growing out of it, I'm like, okay, like you're a fucking larper.
So I was. This is a perfect opportunity. Uh, I think you know, Troy. Like I was raised, I'm baptized Catholic and all that, but
Oh,
um, the most success I've ever had it with religion was out in the field during field ops in the Marine Corps
yeah,
and sacrificing dip to Thor to keep the rain away.
and it worked.
I'm it worked. I am I am fully on board with
Hmm.
sacrificing things to pagan gods to get the results I want.
You seem like a basic white suburban American Christian. No offense, none taken, dude. That is a compliment. You're telling me I look successful?
Just a straight
Hell yeah, brother.
wasp.
Yeah, just a wasp. No, I mean,
Hell
I grew up Christian. I grew up very strictly Christian, Southern Baptist, man. Very, very into the Bible, um, until I was an adult and had a crisis of faith, all that good stuff. But I do not. I think religion's a great institution. Most of the time, I. Oh my god, dude! Why are you sending me paragraphs, bro? That's a lot of
Dude, how are
words.
we supposed to talk about
I'm
this?
not reading them. Yeah, get fuck nerd. Okay, ready for this? The first White Walker is AI. Oh boy, it's definitely not climate change. It's AI. It goes out of control. Right people, things go to ship man and the children of the forest. Anti-tech Tikkanzinski, followers of Anprims. Okay, try to warn the humans about destroying nature, but humans didn't listen. So the children of the forest, anti-tech and prims, and some humans to support the children of the forest
I'll be right
cause they
back.
like nature. People like fans of Luigi Mangione join together and unleash AI, the White Walkers. The children of the forest and the supporters of the children of the forest don't release the White Walkers, though. What do you mean? Oh, unless in the show you're talking about the flashback to the Isle of Man or whatever it's called, and they're shown making the first White Walker. I don't know, man. That's crazy. AI doesn't seem Anprim. Yeah, this kind of falls apart. I don't know, man. I'm with Kropo TK Inc. Kropotnik. I don't know. Sorry, man. That was my best. That's from the hit dog. Doing my best here. But no, I think I don't know. I feel like you could map on overarching political narratives onto anything and it'll stick. If you're just convincing enough. I've seen videos talking about how Back to the Future predicted 9/11. So, I mean, you could do anything for anybody. Um, I don't know. I feel much more that like the White Walkers represent climate change. I think that narrative makes the most sense. It's like very destructive, um, natural force that doesn't care about the squabbles of people on almost said Middle Earth of Westeros. Um, right, but there will be a breaking point where the last resort is a robot jihadists unleash AI on humans to punish them for creating AI, but destroy nature. Okay, so this is. Have you heard of Rocco's Basilisk? Have you heard of this?
I have not.
So Rocco's Basilisk is a philosophical, I guess, idea or concept that it's dangerous to know about. I think it's very stupid. But what it is eventually we will create an AI that will punish people that didn't help create it. So you need to do your best to create this AI now, or when it is created, it will kill you. Can you type it in chat? Yeah, I think it's Rocco's basilisk. Dude, I can't spell. I'm just gonna Google this actually. Have you heard of tinfoil hat? This guy probably have one on. Oh, have you heard of a tinfoil? Oh, dude, I love tinfoil hats, dude. They can't track me with their 5G.
I, for one, welcome our robot overlords. I'm doing my part.
Okay.
Just in case.
Rocco's basilisk. Here you go, buddy. It's a fun thing. It's stupid, but I like it. I like weird stuff like that. And conspiracy theories. I love conspiracy theories. You know, if anyone ever wants to talk about it, I need to make a tinfoil hat, dude, and just wear it on stream all the time.
Oh yeah, that would be a great thing.
Good calling card there, yeah. Or no one cared who I was till I put on the tinfoil hat. No, I mean, I don't know if he's saying I should be wearing the tinfoil hat or Captain Ned should. I always say conspiracies are fun until they become a lifestyle. Yes, I 100%, man. Yeah, some conspiracy theories are completely harmless. Some though, you're like, oh, dude, people believe in this. Like, this is crazy. This is like damaging to society. Like a big one for me that I always loved is like flat Earth and the moon landing being fake. Those are two fun ones because Captain Ned should have one. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, Captain Ned. Fuck you, dude. Put on a tinfoil. You're crazy, dude. You're crazy. Put one on. Fucking nerd. I'm just kidding. I didn't mean that. When I said those harsh things, I didn't mean it, dude. I got carried away. But
next time we stream, I'm gonna wear a tinfoil hat.
I think that's what we should do. We should do it together. We'll like put LEDs in them and they'll sync up the lights. Anyway, so like flat Earth and the moon landing. My wife was getting so upset years ago because I would watch these videos all day long because I loved them. Because I went to my first major in college was aerospace technology, so I did a lot of like working with a lot of people from NASA and SpaceX, Blue Origin, a lot of those cats. And so I learned a lot about like the Apollo missions and the space programs developed across the world. So I had a lot of knowledge on these things. And Cosme, I agree with you. I hate AI. It's just crazy Game of Thrones theory. I hate AI too. But anyway, so when I was watching these videos, I was blown away by like these flat Earth videos and these moon landing faked videos because they're so well done and so convincing. And I was fascinated by it, and I couldn't stop watching them. I mean, I knew they were all bullshit because of everything I learned in school, and then like, but it's just like how it's called jacking off, JAQ, where you just ask questions, where like there's a very reliable answer, and it's easy to understand. But if you ask it a certain way, it makes your audience like you're conditioning them to be suspicious. There's a similar idea in June, the Butlerian Jihad. Yeah.
I thought he was gonna get there.
I know. I didn't want to bring up Dune because I never read
Neither
it.
did I.
So, but I was like just thinking about it. I was like, oh, okay. That sounds like Dune, or even Warhammer 40K.
Right. The Iron Men.
Are they Iron Men or Men of Metal? Is it Iron Men? Okay, whatever.
Might be interchangeable.
Might be both.
Yes.
I hate AI I hate Allen Iverson. Hey, leave the man alone. I don't know who Allen Iverson is. I just know that song by Post Malone, White Iverson. Great song, dude. I love Post Malone. What can I say? He seems like a good dude. Not a big fan of all his music, but he seems like a good guy. Like, you know what? He'd be cool to have a beer with, you know? Actually, I remember I got in a conversation like it was like it's like the beer dog question. It's like there's two categories or there's two questions you have to ask somebody. Would you trust would you have a beer with this person? And would you trust them to watch your dog? And it's like if they're yes to both, they're like your best friend. If it's one and not the other, you know, this is like there's like a, you know, a quadrants, right? But it was like someone asked me like, who would I not have a beer with? I was like, dude, I'd have a beer with anybody. You know, if it was like literally, you could say anybody. You know, fucking Trotsky. I'd be like, yeah, dude, I'd
Yeah,
I'd have a beer with Trotsky or Stalin or
I'd go have a
Hitler. It's
beer
like,
with Hitler.
yeah, it's like,
Like,
okay, yeah, you know, I'll pick his brain. You know, it's like Osama bin
hell,
Laden. I'll be like, dude, that was fucked up, bro. What are you doing? You know, come on.
I would I would probably trust Hitler to watch my dog.
He
The,
loves
the
he
guy
loved
liked
dogs. Yeah,
the guy liked dogs.
he was a vegetarian too.
I'd let him watch my dog.
There was a Ted Kaczynski event last week in San Francisco. How did they even do that? How'd they get the word out? They do it by fucking carrier pigeon? Like, doing that via Facebook is, you know, kind of goes against the whole thing. AI is fine for like specific industrial
Crypto.
commercial tasks like credit card encryption or something, but unleashing a general AI in society doesn't seem beneficial. I mean, dude, it's cat's out of the bag, man. OpenAI
Yeah, and
CEO's house was hit twice. First with vandalization. Oh my god.
oh well.
I'm not a fan of political violence, like I said. Um,
I think AI is an interesting topic, especially so I'm in learning and development,
hmm So you're to
and
blame.
well, no,
Let's dox this man.
but
Get him.
uh, it's a popular topic in the learning and development field, specifically around adult and professional learning, because it asks the question like, at what point do people like me, when does our job become at risk?
hmm
And the question always boils back to, uh, I read something. It was like they did a study, and it was, would you rather um, enter a lottery with like 500 winners? I'm just gonna make up a number,
Okay.
with 500 winners for the opportunity to go see Barack Obama speak live, or be guaranteed a seat at a sophisticated AI generated Barack Obama, you know, web talk,
hmm
with like Q&A opportunities. And most people, you know, said that they would go for the lottery, because AI is never going to be able to, at least at the level of sophistication that we have it now,
hmm
AI can't create that human element.
Well, that's
And
you're
so,
missing one thing, one big thing here, but I'll let you finish.
well, no, go ahead.
I would say you're missing the consent, the part of knowing, like choosing AI. You ask anybody would they rather have something authentic or AI, they're gonna say authentic every time. The problem is you don't know at this point. There's so much that's forced upon you that is taking over the industry, a lot of industries, that it's becoming harder and harder to tell what is AI and what isn't, and that's the problem.
Well, absolutely.
It
But I
won't be
think,
consensual. It'll be date rape of our computers, dude.
I guess I
Sorry,
can't really
sorry.
argue against that, but uh, I feel, at least, I could very easily, stick an AI, even like like an AI right now. I think
hmm
I could stick one in front of my class, and it would probably be able to accomplish my job.
Okay.
But when it comes to that human interaction and making people feel valued for being in a company, um, kind of that, I hate to say it, but lying to people to make them feel good about their employment choice. I mean, I don't think you'll ever be able to take the human element out of things. And the thing that frustrates me about AI is it allows people who are subpar at their job to look more competent than they are. Kind of like what Propo was referencing, like specific industrial commercial tasks.
hmm
I don't know how many people I work with that can't write a goddamn, you know, recap email about a coaching session they conducted without utilizing AI.
Yeah.
And that's where I run into a problem with it. Is it mitigates that there's the I can't remember the name of it, but it's the philosophy that you rise to the position that you're least suited for. I don't know if
I'm
anyone
not.
knows what I'm referring to, but like you'll keep getting promoted into a company until you end up in a position that you're bad at.
Okay.
And I think that's what AI is going to promote even worse.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think we're just seeing the start of it. I think it's just gonna get more and more intrusive, and it's gonna be too far to pull the plug. I think there's gonna be it's a race to the bottom with AI. I feel like. I mean, the only saving grace I see is that it's AI is making itself worse. Like it's like self-referential. Like it's running out of data. Like there's so much bullshit out there from AI that like AI is having a hard time being original. So like it's like
Yeah.
referencing itself, making itself worse. That it's like a lot of these things just aren't trustworthy. So like people, I've seen a lot of in law, people trying to use AI for like legal defenses and stuff like that. And it's just like AI just makes shit up that isn't real, and it's like creating fake um, cases and stuff like that.
No
And
precedence.
yeah, ChatGPT is like a first year intern. Yeah, it can do a bunch of menial tasks. You have to be very explicit with your instructions and constantly check their work. Yeah,
Trust but verify.
that on top of all the privacy risks you sign up to, but just by using it, yeah, 100%. I will say when I was in school for macroeconomics, AI was awesome as a supplementary tool because like we had to go through it was like 2022 Bureau of Labor Statistics breakdown of our GDP, which is like 7 pages long, and we had to break
Right.
down every category and like what it meant in different differential. So it's like national income versus net national income and gross net. Like what are all these? What are these three terms? Like how do they differentiate from each other? And like in the textbook, there wasn't a lot of information, and so and it was hard to find on Google, but having an AI kind of like break it down exactly what I was looking for was like super beneficial for me. But using it to generate like an idea, like a conclusion, I feel like is a bad idea. But I mean, I think using it for a lot of things is awful. But there'll be a few more tech startups. There'll be some crazy shit happening, like Palantir using AI ID data to genocide people, like in Palestine. And more this happens, the more people lose trust on governments. Luddite Renaissance. You'll get back to the Luddites, dude. You're
We'll end up there.
eventually you'll be right. Eventually you'll be right, and I'll look like a fool.
But also, we need to use the term genocide correctly.
I mean, dude, it's. I'm not even. It just mean like I mean, people. I don't know. It is what it is. People are very passionate about that. I say more power to them. I just don't even care anymore. It's like all right. Um, because if you start pushing on the genocide term for the Israel-Palestine
Right.
conflict, you are immediately put in a camp where you're pro-Israel, and it's like, no, dude, Israel sucks. Palantir and Peter Thiel is like a Bond movie plot. Dude, have you seen the video of Peter Thiel talking about the Antichrist? It's wacky. He goes like on a whole thing about like how he studies the Antichrist. It's like you're like one of the richest people in the world that one of your people you funded is the vice president of the United States. Like that's kind of crazy.
I got to learn how to use Palantir, and I thought it was a cool tool. I think back in like 2013, 2014, I went to like a 2-week long course. And I mean, maybe I'm just geeking out because, like you said, I hate Game of Thrones. Guess what I love? Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is
And
great too.
a program named after, the Seeing Stones. I was just like, oh yeah, and this is a thing I could use in the
Oh,
military.
Palantir is a Lord of the Rings reference.
Yeah, it's the Seeing Stones that were
Oh, that
given to
like that
the
Saruman
Numenorians.
has, or
Saruman had one.
oh,
Sauron had one. A
that's
bunch of them
cool.
were lost.
Mm,
There was one in the White Tower, and Denethor tried to wrestle with Sauron with it,
the
but
orb thing. Okay, yeah.
they were the Seeing Stones that the Numenorians used to rule the kingdom of Numenor before its collapse. And so when they were like, "Oh yeah, you're going to go to this school and learn how to use this program called Palantir," I was like, "Okay, yeah, sick. I I absolutely want to do this."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was funny because like Jenny read Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, and she was like, "Why wasn't Tom Bombadil in the movies?" I'm like, "It's already been litigated. Like,
Yeah.
25 years too late." Don't forget how a lot of tech giants are literally in the files. Yeah, the Epstein files, all that good stuff. My favorite is Elon Musk. He's like, I can't even do an Elon Musk impression. It's just too sad. Like, it's not even like unique enough. It's just like, I feel bad, you know. But he was like, "Oh, I was never in the Epstein files. I never went to the island. The one photo of me and Ghislaine Maxwell was a photo bomb." Then, like, it comes out like Christmas Day. He's like, "Yo, when can I come to the island?" It's like, bro. It's like your kids are opening presents right now, and you're like, "Oh man, I can't wait to get me some other kids." You know, it's like, okay. Oh man, if Elon Musk has zero haters, it means I'm dead, dude. Are you ready for your Doge check? Your Doge dividend?
Oh, I'll say I actually made some money off Doge.
How'd you make money off Doge? What, on Poly
I was
Market or
part of
something?
it. When it first came out, I bought a bunch of Doge and
Oh,
then sold.
Dogecoin. Oh, I'm talking about the Department of
Oh,
Government Efficiency.
oh, no, no. Oh, my bad.
You goober, dude. You're a goober. Well, all right. I'm gonna turn it off here.
All right, hold on.
Oh, you got something you want to say? Oh, it's
No,
a kitty. It's
I
a
just wanted to get moved into the chat.
Oh, he's a fat cat. That cat looks adorable. Oh my gosh. He's a good kitty. My dogs
Yep.
are. Sadie was dreaming. I heard her barking in the corner. Oh, beautiful little girl. Well, all right. Shout out to Cosmic Moth. Thank you for the follow. Captain Ned Ludd, our new Luddite friend that is no longer Ted Kaczynski. Always thank you for showing up. Kropo, hey man, I don't know if you follow or not, but thank you for being here. Also,
Slam that like and subscribe button.
like and subscribe. Turn on the bell notification. Can you link me when you're where you got that shirt, dude? I got it years ago. I think I just went on Amazon and I think I just looked up Ted Kaczynski shirt on Amazon, dude. I have no idea, brother. Um, I want to start doing this again every Saturday, same time.
I'm in.
All right. Well,